Hey everyone, it's Ty here on behalf of Microsoft, and today I've got two very special devices that have been sent over from the team at HP. So let's open them up and see what all the hype is about. This year has already proven to be a monumental year for gaming and esports. The gaming industry itself continues to evolve and break through those barriers thanks to devices like these two here. First up, I've got the Victus 16 gaming laptop from HP, and it was pretty clear for me to see early on that the Victus range was built with next generation gaming in mind. Now, this model is running the latest 8-core AMD Ryzen 7 5800H CPU with a max boost frequency of 4.4 GHz and an internal integrated Radeon GPU. It's got 16 GB of DDR4 RAM at 3200 MHz, 512 GB NVMe SSD storage, and to ensure you have that ultimate gaming experience, it's also running a 6 GB NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 graphics card. The team at HP have covered all the bases when it comes to I/O options. On one side, we have two USB 3.2 Type A ports, and on the other side, we've got the power connector input, 10 gigabit LAN port, full-size HDMI port, another USB 3.2 Type A port, a USB 3.2 Type C port, headphone input, and SD card slot. It has a fully backlit keyboard with a numeric keypad as well. And it packs in a stunning 16.1 Full HD anti-glare display with a 16:9 aspect ratio. Now, one of the biggest standouts of this device is how well the thermals and cooling have been implemented. With any gaming device, regardless of brand, form factor, whatever it might be, cooling should always be at the top of the list when deciding on what to spend your hard-earned money on. So as expected, HP has provided more than enough ways to keep the device cool so you can play and create longer. We've got all this vented space here below the display, which is the air intake for all the fans, as well as the vents that run along the back and along the side here next to the USB ports. Now, if we flip this over, we get a view of the cooling vents on the bottom. And just to give it that extra special Victus touch, they're actually shaped in a bit of a V that shows off the Victus logo. Having all of this airflow is essential, and it's the reason why a device like this one can effectively manage the temperatures while you're pushing it to the limits without you having to run it out of the freezer. And to top it off, the Victus gaming laptop has been sustainably developed by implementing ocean-bound plastics into the construction of the device itself. It's used in the base, in the keyboard frame, the speaker enclosure, and the keyboard keycaps are made with post-consumer recycled plastic. How cool is that? But we're not done yet, because I've also got the HP Omen 16 right here on my desk. So let's see what all the hype is about. Inside, we have an Intel Core i7 11800H with 8 cores and 16 threads, running up to a max frequency of 4.6 GHz using Intel Turbo Boost technology. We've got 16 GB of DDR4 RAM at 3200 MHz, along with a 1 TB NVMe SSD. And much like it was on the Victus, one of the main attractions of this gaming PC is the beast of a graphics card. Built on top of NVIDIA's 2nd generation Ampere RTX architecture, say that fast 5 times. The GeForce RTX 3070 GPU comes packed with 8 GB of GDDR6 graphics memory with a 256-bit memory bus, ray tracing and tensor cores, support for PCIe 4.0, and a new and improved 5th generation video encoder. And there are now over 150 games and applications that utilize RTX to deliver ultra-realistic graphics and performance. So if you find yourself in possession of an HP Omen like this one here, you're in for a good time. You'll have next to no issues with compatibility thanks to the full range of I/O options on the Omen 16. On one side, we have two super speed USB 3 Type A ports tucked in nicely next to the cooling vents. And on the other side, we've got the power connector input, 10 gigabit LAN port, another super speed USB 3 Type A port, a mini display port, full-size HDMI 2.1 port. We also have a Thunderbolt USB 4 Type C port. Now, if you're looking at a device like the Omen 16 to have as your daily driver, then having the addition of Thunderbolt 4 is a lifesaver, especially when you are connected to multiple displays. Thanks to new features like the docking in Windows 11, for example, when you undock your computer from your display, the windows on your external display are minimized. Then when you come back and you redock your computer to your external displays, Windows puts everything back exactly where you had it before. How cool is that? Then we've also got the headphone input and SD card slot as well. Now, there are a few different configurations to choose from with the Omen 16 laptop. And when we look at the display options, you can choose all the way up to a Quad HD panel. This one I have with me here is the Full HD IPS model with a ridiculously fast 144 Hz refresh rate and a 7 millisecond response time. It's an anti-glare display with low blue light impact, and it has a brightness level of 300 nits. Cooling and airflow are paramount on all Omen PCs. So as these devices continue to get faster, more powerful, so that they can run and handle all the latest games and applications, the methods of cooling and managing temperatures needs to be moving alongside these advancements as well. And that's exactly what we see happening here on devices like the Omen 16. HP has implemented Tempest cooling technology that uses 3-way venting and 5-way airflow to help keep your Omen icy cool even when those frame rates explode out of control. It utilizes thermal efficiency to keep your device temps down without sacrificing performance. One amazing feature that links across both of these incredible devices is the HP Omen Hub, a central dashboard where you can track all the important things like CPU usage, RAM and GPU performance, adjust lighting customizations on the keyboard or even your Omen peripherals. And given that cooling is a major standout on both the Omen and the Victus, it's great to see that you can also manage the device's fans and temperatures from right there within the Omen Hub dashboard. With portability and performance at the forefront, either of these two incredible devices would be a great fit for pretty much anyone. So if you do get a chance to get your hands on one of these, I'm sure you'll be just as impressed as I am.